Federal government says sophisticated digital infrastructure will be deployed in checking cases of cattle rustling.
Implanting chips to some of these animals so that we can trust them in an event of rustling.
Nigeria Police cautions against misuse of Inspector General of Police Office to intimidate the public. And correspondent takes a look at Nigeria's efforts at strengthening digital infrastructure. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The Federal Ministry of Livestock Development says a sophisticated digital infrastructure will be deployed in checking cases of cattle rustling. Minister of Livestock Development Idi Mukhtar Maiha said this during a strategic engagement with key industry players in Yola. Yusuf Jika reports.
It was a promising day with all issues exhausted in line with the federal government intention to apply digital solutions to livestock farming.
If this program succeeds in this country, it will, many countries will emulate it.
Improve from the local breeds we've got, to some other versions of higher breeds of animals for productivity in terms of milk and also in terms of beef.
Sensitizing them on the need to embrace the new techniques in animal management.
The minister says the initiative will address the age-long crime militating against the growth of the industry and proposed dialogue as an effective tool during conflict.
Implanting chips to some of these animals so that we can trust them in an event of rustling, as well as using modern technology that is today being tested within this country.
Idi Maiha inaugurates sales of feed and fodder to farmers cultivated in partnership with Livestock Resilience Support Project and Investor to enhance productivity.
Livestock is feed. Feed is livestock. If you don't have feed and self-sufficient in feed, you don't have livestock. And that's why today we have all these, our brothers and sisters moving all over the country looking for feed. This is the way to go.
The dream is that it should be an all-year production of grasses.
The minister earlier paid homage to Lamido Adamawa Muhammad Barkindo to seek support in steering the ship of the ministry. In Yola, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the historic Gongoshi Grazing Reserve in Adamawa State is on the verge of being revamped as part of federal government efforts to put the sector on a strategic path of growth. This is coming as the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, undertook a working visit to underscore the grazing potential. Here again is Yusuf Jika.
This is Gongoshi Grazing Reserve, one of the 32 gazetted grazing reserves in Adamawa State, with total land area of 9,600 hectares.
The reserve has the potential to house thousands of herds of cows and other animals with diverse comparative advantages. The visit by the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, is to get first-hand information on the state of the grazing reserves and to initiate a process of upgrading them for effective utilization.
Lead the support of the state governors, local government and community leaders to ensure that these grazing reserves have no legal encumbrances and they are ready for us to move in with the state government to regrass them, establish other dams for irrigation, as well as provide borehole water for animals and herders' families' consumption.
Yes, we are expecting collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Livestock. We are expecting intervention.
While inspecting the newly constructed Mayobelwa cattle market, the minister announced plans to upgrade the 815 cattle markets across the country in line with global standards and best practices.
Gradually, each one of those will be transformed uniquely to provide the necessary functionalities that are required of a livestock market.
Other areas on the minister's itinerary include inspection of veterinary hospital as well as interface with a key player in the livestock industry on dairy production and strengthening of mutually beneficial collaborations. Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
A technical team from South Korea has installed modern rice processing mills in Bayelsa State in a move to further strengthen bilateral relations with Nigeria. The state-of-the-art mills are capable of processing 40 metric tons of rice paddies daily, which were set up at the school-to-land farm in Yenagoa. In collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, the managing director of Deta Song Machinery and Construction Company, Byung-Shul Son, stated that the team is expected to train staff in various agricultural techniques. Bayelsa State Commissioner for Agriculture, Professor Beke Sisse, said that the South Korean government donated 4 rice mills, each with a 10-ton daily capacity, and provided additional equipment such as dryers and color selectors, which are needed to optimize the mill's capacity. Governor Doye Diri thanked the Korean government for the support and expressed his commitment to enhancing agricultural collaboration. He also encouraged further technical assistance for local engineers to manufacture farming equipment. The Chinese Central Bank has announced that it has renewed a bilateral currency swap agreement with the Central Bank of Nigeria. The total value of the agreement was put at 15 billion yuan, about $2.09 billion US dollars, equivalent to 3.28 trillion naira. The People's Bank of China said on its website that the agreement is valid for 3 years and can be renewed upon mutual consent. It said the renewal of the currency swap arrangements will strengthen financial cooperation between China and Nigeria, expand the use of the two currencies, as well as promote and facilitate bilateral trade and investments. To security matters now, the Nigerian military has clarified happenings surrounding the alleged misfire on 2 communities in Sokoto State, where an estimated 10 persons lost their lives. Defense correspondent Najatu Tijani reports.
Director Defense Media Operations Major General Edward Buba said most of the casualties came as a result of secondary fire.
In Gidan Bisa and Gidan Rutua, in which we conducted airstrikes on the 25th of December. The operation, which should have taken place on an earlier date, had to be rescheduled to the 25th. It started with pre-operational intelligence, surveillance and recognition missions to confirm the terrorist activities within the general area. Having confirmed, aircrafts were dispatched to conduct precision airstrikes on the identified hideouts at about 0600 hours on that day. The strike was executed with precision-guided munitions to minimize collateral damage. They had minor impact on the surrounding villages. The airstrike indeed hit logistic base of the terrorists, which led to secondary explosions, and it was these secondary explosions that led to some casualties that was earlier reported.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force has issued a stern warning against the continued misuse of the name and office of the Inspector General of Police by fraudulent individuals and unprofessional officers. In a statement, the force expressed concern over the persistent misconduct of a few officers whose actions tarnish the image of the institution and erode public trust. Despite previous warnings and disciplinary action, some officers have resorted to fraudulent practices, including falsely invoking the name and office of the IGP to intimidate or exploit unsuspecting individuals. The police force emphasized that such acts are not authorized by the IGP and urged members of the public to report any misconduct or suspicious behavior. Citizens are advised to be cautious of individuals claiming connections with the IGP or other senior officers for favours or influence. The Nigeria Police Force reaffirms its commitment to professionalism and integrity, urging the public to collaborate in exposing misconduct to ensure justice and fairness. President Bola Tinubu has been receiving visitors on homage for the Yuletide at his Lagos residence. The guests include governors of Plateau States, Caleb Mutfwang, and his Ogun State counterpart, Dapo Abiodun. The Plateau State governor, who briefed the president on the security situation in his state, reported that there have been substantial improvements in the situation as the state government is deploying technology to check crime and criminality.
Well, with the support of Mr. President, I can assure you that we're not going to take our foot off the pedal. We're going to make sure that we cross the T's, dot the I's as far as security is concerned, and make sure that we make it more difficult for criminality to take place within our borders. And so what we are doing is to assure our people, give confidence to Nigerians, particularly those who want to come and invest in the plateau. I want to tell them that the climate is right, the environment is good, and I believe that 2025 will be a better year.
Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang. This is the News Desk of 3 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
Season's greetings. The year 2024 has been one of its kind on all levels of our lives. We salute your resilience and continued loyalty to your Risco Foods. With a wide range of proudly Nigerian products and services that not only promotes healthy living, but also creates thousands of jobs for the good life of our people and the growth of our economy. As we look back to 2024 and look forward to 2025, celebrating the taste of Nigeria, we want to sincerely thank our esteemed customers, distributors, and partners, including but not limited to
the Redeemed Christian Church of God, ShopRite, Just Right Superstores, Alican Diocese of Amicha and Newi, Covenant University, Catholic Diocese of Onitsha, Nest Cash and Carry, Babcock University, Jendol Stores, Prestige Stores, Sahad Stores, Market Square, Prince Ebano Supermarket, Booker Hut, Spa Supermarket, Black Bear Restaurants.
Nigeria is a taste of celebration, a taste of a goodwill, a taste of a good cooking. So from all of us at the Risco Foods, cook right, eat right, friends and family, for a good health this festive season and beyond. Buy made in Nigeria, buy a Risco product. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.